Hi there. I hope you're doing okay. Let's talk today about self-trust because personal empowerment, it's not just about confidence. It's about standing firm in what you know to be true, even when the world tries to convince you otherwise. It's about not shrinking, not second guessing, not waiting for permission to take up space. And yet, so many of us, especially Black women, especially those of us who exist at multiple intersections of identities, we've been conditioned to doubt ourselves, to check, double check, triple check before we speak, to prove ourselves over and over before we feel worthy of claiming space. But let me remind you of something. You do not need permission to trust yourself. You don't need a gold star, an invitation, or outside validation before you step fully into your power. You already know. You already are. So let's be real. This world was not built to make us feel certain of ourselves. When we're too sure, we're called arrogant. When we're too outspoken, we're labeled difficult. And when we take up too much space, they try to shrink us. Black women in particular are expected to carry the weight of the world while constantly being questioned about our competence. We see it in workplaces, we see it in relationships, we see it in daily interactions where we're talked over, underestimated, and dismissed. And if we're too quiet about it, they'll pretend it's not happening at all. Zora Neale Hurston said it best. If you are silent about your pain, they will kill you and say you enjoyed it. So let me say this loudly. The world will try to shake you. Stand anyway. Self-doubt doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It's planted, it's cultivated, it's reinforced. We've been taught that we have to be twice as good, work twice as hard, just to be grateful for scraps. And we've been made to feel like guests in rooms that we built. And that's where imposter syndrome creeps in. That feeling that you don't belong, that you haven't earned your place, that you're one mistake away from being found out. But let me tell you something. Imposter syndrome is not a personal failure. It's a byproduct of systemic exclusion. And here's the real truth. The system is the fraud, not you. Trusting yourself is a decision, a choice, one you have to make every single day. It's not about knowing all the answers. It's about knowing that even if you don't, you will figure it out. So ask yourself, where am I doubting myself when I already know the answer? When have I held back because I was afraid of how I'd be perceived? How would I move if I truly and fully trusted myself? Because self-doubt will always be there, whispering that you need more time, more proof, more approval. But self-trust, that's the voice that says move anyway. Self-trust isn't something you wake up with. It's something you practice. And here's how you start. First, I want you to stop over-explaining yourself. When you know, you know. You don't owe the world an essay on why you made a decision. Say it and stand on it. Then release the need for external validation. If you're waiting for some applause, you'll be waiting forever. Decide that you are enough, even without it. Trust your no as much as your yes. Your boundaries are valid. Your intuition is valid. You do not have to justify why something doesn't feel right for you. Then surround yourself with people who reflect your power back to you. The right people will remind you of who you are when the world tries to make you forget. And then walk like you belong, because you do. Next time you step into a room, carry yourself like you were meant to be there, because you are. When you trust yourself, you move differently. You stop asking for permission. You stop letting doubt make decisions for you. You stop making yourself small for the comfort of others. And when you do that, everything shifts. The world may not always affirm your power, but that does not mean you have to deny it. So this is your reminder. Be unshakable. Trust yourself. Move boldly. You already have everything you need. Drop a comment. What's one way you're choosing to trust yourself this week? And let's hold each other accountable. If this spoke to you, hit that follow button, like and share, because we are not doing this work alone. And if you're ready to deepen your self-trust and step fully into your power, send me a message here. I'd love to support you on your journey. I'm Dr. Kim, and I'll see you next time. Take care.